Hello students, myself Dhirendra and I am here again with another interesting poem of your book The Ant and the Cricket. It's an Aesop's fable. A fable is a story which has animals as its main characters and conveys a moral. Aesop was a very famous Greek fabulous storyteller and the stories written by him are known as Aesop's Fables. This poem is also one of his collections. This poem has two main characters, an ant and the cricket. The contrasting attitudes of these two characters have been shown by the poet in this poem. Ant is industrious and she works hard to collect food and manage proper shelter for winter season. But on the other hand, the cricket is a very lazy and pleasure loving character. The cricket enjoys during summer and spring season and does not make any strategy to survive in winter. The winter comes and the cricket finds that he has nothing to eat and has no proper home, or you can say shelter, to live in. He goes to the ant to beg some help, or you can say to beg something to eat, but the ant refuses. The ant asked the cricket what it had been doing during summer. The cricket responded that he did nothing, he only and only enjoyed here and there and sang and wasted his time in singing. The ant told him very smartly, very frankly, to go to dance in the winter. It refuses. The ant said that we ants neither lend nor borrow, neither borrow nor lend. In the last lines of the poem, the poet has mentioned the four-legged cricket also. By using this, the poet has given a message, a moral to human beings also. The humans who are always busy in enjoyment, having no strategy to face or survive in the future like cricket. Now I am going to give you the explanation of the poem line by line, and you all are required and you all are expected to hear it very, very, very attentively. Now let's start. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Yes, there was a silly cricket and it was habitual to sing. It always wasted its time in singing through the during the warm and spring season. And when the winter season came, the cricket found that his cupboard was empty and it had nothing to eat. It said, not a crumb to be found on the snow covered ground. The ground was snow covered. During the winter season, the ground had become snow covered. There was not even a single leaf left in the trees. And oh, what will become? What will become, says the cricket of me. The cricket is now thinking that what will become of him? How will he survive during the winter? He is thinking about that. At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. Away he set off to a miserly ant, to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. Yes. Now, when the winter season has come, the cricket has started to think about his survival during the winter season. He knew that he had done nothing, just like storage of food or manage proper shelter for the winter season. He knew it very properly, but the survival was must. Then it decided to go to the ant for begging help, him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. And he wanted to have, he wanted to get something as a help from ant. And what did it wanted to get? Shelter from rain and mouthful of grain. These two things the cricket wanted from the ant. And it said that it would repay it tomorrow. When the spring season would come, it would repay it tomorrow. Repay it. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. And the cricket said that if the ant would not help, the cricket will die due to the starvation. And but at that very particular time, the ant asked the cricket what it had been doing during the summer and spring season. Did it not? Did it not save anything? Then the cricket told, "No, I did nothing." Says the ant to the cricket, "I am your servant and friend." The ant said to the cricket that, "Yes, I am your servant and friend also, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend." The the ant told the cricket very frankly that ants never borrow and they never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? The ant is asking here to the cricket. What did it ask? It asked, did the cricket do nothing during the did nothing to save anything during the summer and spring season? Quoth the cricket, not I. In the response, the cricket told that it did not do anything during the summer and spring season. And it said further, my heart was so light that I sang day and night. For all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. The cricket responded the ant that it it kept on enjoying throughout the day, and it always wasted its time in singing and enjoyment. The ant became very surprised. The ant became very surprised and told, "Sir, you did nothing during the spring season. You kept on dancing, you kept on keeping yourself busy in the enjoyment. Then, now an appropriate time for the dancing has come. Winter is here, go outside and dance." "Go then," says the ant, "and dance the winter away." Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable. I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have four legs and some have two. Yes. Now this is the concluding stanza of your poem. The ant refused to help the cricket, and thus, being disappointed, the cricket had to go outside of the house of the ant. It was very disappointed, it was very sad. Now, the poet, in the last two lines, the poet is giving us a message that there are two-legged cricket. There are some crickets who have four legs and some have two. The four legs cricket, the cricket having four legs are the cricket about which you have gone through this poem, and the crickets having two legs are the humans. The poet has in this poem has given a message to the humans also, those humans who always waste their time thinking nothing about their future, having no plan, having no strategy for their future. They always waste their time thinking that the same time will remain forever. But it is not so.